Good day, everyone. Before we start, this is a risk disclosure here, and today we are going with a live trading. So that video is for education purposes only. What happened today might not happen tomorrow, so it's very important to understand this one here for education purpose only. On the left corner on the ES we have ES on a SIM account and the CL on the SIM account. On the right corner we have the CL on a live real money account and the ES on a live account. And if you look at the control panel, you can see my account with NinjaTrader broker. And then we can see here on the ES the reason I'm using a 3 range because I want to put the auto trade under stress, and I know it is crazy to put the CL on a 3 range, but that is gonna stress the auto trade to the limit, and I want to see the auto trade taking a live trade on a 3 range. And at the same time, another example, the ES, because the ES is on a slower movement, not like the CL, so I put one chart on a slow movement like the ES, and I put the CL on purpose because it's a very speedy market, and I want to see that the CL taking a live trade with a real money on a 3 range. So if we notice first, we took the first trade on the ES, and we can see because it's a slower market, the entry and the exit between the SIM account and the live account is down to the tick. This is the aggravation for people are familiar with auto trading, or they don't have the right experience, or they have not been long enough to compare. There is nothing wrong with it, but this has nothing to do with your broker, has nothing to do with your platform, and has nothing to do with any auto trade you own. What it is, this is how it is in the trading. Sometimes you get filled, and when there is a speed, you have some elements like slippage, and you have sometimes you don't get filled. On the SIM account, you are on a 0.1 millisecond to get filled, but in a live market, sometimes if the market is fast, you're gonna bump into slippage, and that's why you have an option between market order or a limited order, and that it is a trader has to make a decision if he wanted to have a limited order in the live market, or he wanted to have a market order and then face the slippage. And that it is a problem among some traders. They don't understand the concept between a SIM and a live trading. But what I'm gonna be doing from now on, I'm gonna do a lot of educational on a live trade, and we will have a webinar, and we turn on our webinars, we will be start using live money, and we will show you how to approach the market and try to read the market before you start auto trading. And that it is a really problem for amateur trading. Don't understand. They think just turn on and turn off. Before you start turning on your auto trade, you have to look at the market's movement. Anyway, now what we are doing, we are waiting on the trade from the CL, and we want to see how the CL is going to take this trade. So just be patient with me, guys, and it's a matter of time before we can get a trade on the CL. One thing, so while we are waiting on a trade from the CL, I want to explain a little bit about management. In the scalping, you cannot use 10 ticks a stop loss and 10 ticks target, because on the scalping, if you want to use 10 ticks stop loss, I mean, you have to have at least a 20 ticks stop loss. So target, I'm sorry. So this is a wrong thinking that you can have the same amount of a stop loss on the target, because the probability you will be taking a small trade, and maybe that trade is going to be a losing trade. So this is look like we are going to take a trade. There we go. We got a trade. And if we notice, actually on the live account, we got faster than the sim account. And the sim account got one tick more. But if we look at that video, the live account was earlier than the demo. And let's keep looking at it. There we go. We got 100. I mean, for this, we got 100 target hit on one trade, and it took seconds to do that. Now, if we notice, we got $90 on the live trade, and we got $100 in target hit. So you have to think about it that this is the first trade, and now is going to the live trade account, still missing $10, so it's gonna take one more trade. And that it is the difference between a sim account and a live account, and it cannot be prevented. You cannot do anything about that. So let's watch a little bit. So what we're trying to say, this is the first trade. And then on the second trade now, we generated one more trade. And now we are on that trade. If we have the sim account right now running, then probably is going to take now a different trade than the live trade, because the live trade is still on a trade right now. So if there is any door open right now, the sim account will be taking a different trade than the sim, and then gradually one trade after the other, that will wind up the sim taking different trade than the live, because now the live trading is occupied with a one trade, and if we have the sim account has not taken any trade and now is going to take a trade. And that's what happened after 10 or 20 trades a day, that you're gonna see total different auto trading from the sim to the live market. Some of the trades, as we see an example on the ES, when the market is moving slow, you will have the same entry and the same exit. But when the moving fast market, you're gonna have one tick off. But if we notice on both of them, the exit is the same exit to the tick, but sometimes in the entry you will have a different, could be on a very, very fast market, you might gonna have up to 2 ticks in the entry. That does not mean your auto trade is not functional in a live market. And this is a nightmare. Let's pose those here now. And one of the things also, I notice also some of the traders, you need that trade now, if this is one thing you have to be careful, because sometimes I don't like a trade to stay forever, So if we notice the CL right now is just staying on the same entry, going left and right, and that it is aggravation. So for the sake, I'm gonna try to close this one here, because I don't want to keep that video very long. Let's see what will happen. If we notice that entry is so efficient that the market is going back and forth to that efficiency, to that entry, to the take. And that's why for a guy have a small account, you have to think about it is when you are investing on the ES $500 and you are taking one trade, and that trade gave you $50 or $100 for one trade, that means you earn 5%, 10% out of a $500, or if you're broker on the ES, $500 or $1,000 to cost you to trade the ES, depends from a broker to broker. Let's say $1,500, and if you can make $100, some days you're gonna lose, some days you're gonna win, but this is a very good return. And also, you're not using your motion. You don't have to sit down and blow up accounts trying to learn the market. So also, this is a huge impact on a guy, especially on a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, expecting to make $3,000 a day. He want to make 500% on his investment, and that it is really not real. If you are on a couple $1,000, $3,000, you take one trade. If you started with one bad trade, then you take one more trade, and this is your limitation. But most of the traders, they are expecting to stay in the market, and it costs $500 to trade an ES, and they are expecting to get $500 to $1,000 a day out of a $500 investment. And that is mad. That is, you have seen too many commercials, and you're not in touch with the reality anymore. Because I don't know on the next trade you will be making money or not. As an example, on the first trade here we made 90, and maybe the second trade you're gonna make $100 or $200. How would I know? Or maybe you're gonna lose that trade. How would I know? So disciplined and management. Guys, I have also I'm gonna close this one here. And please, when you are done trading every day, I find out a lot of traders don't do that. That make sure that you're flat, you remove your strategy, and look at the position, making sure that you have no more position open before you turn down NinjaTrader, turn it off. Today also, I'm sorry, because we were doing a lot of support, and I was turning off and on the video all day long, so I did not. So what happened, I thought when I was done with the customer, I turned on the video, and turned out that I was pausing the video when I was done with the customers, and then so I missed a lot, because I made a lot of videos today, and I'm gonna show you some of the clips I recovered for today. And also I did the same thing with the CL. And now we are looking at the ES. This is earlier today, where this is a live market, real money to the broker. And let's look at the sim. And now here I'm showing you another example on a 1 minute auto trade. On the YouTube, we've been using for many years the 150 ticks and the 1 minute, but it's not really, because I like to stay on the same time frame every day. I don't want to use a Renko bar one day and another day a range bar on those videos, or ticks. So we are stuck with those time frame on the videos when we were doing it. But the reality is you can use 230 ticks, you can use 3 range, 4 range, 6 range, 5 range. You can use 150 ticks. You can tweak that auto trade the way you want it. The more you find out about that auto trade, the more you will see that you don't have to be committed to 150 ticks or 1 minute. So now what this is earlier today. I apologize because when I thought I was turning on those videos, and turned out I was posing those videos when I was done with the customers, because constantly we have people talking to us and calling us support. So usually it is very hard to keep up with everything. But this is another example earlier today at 9:53, and usually I like to start, if you want to auto trade, it is very important to look at the market at 9:30 and not do anything, whether you are a manual trader or an automated trader. Look at the market to see how is the speed in the market, how is the market, is this market got stuck in a channel or not? Because if the market got stuck between two levels, you're not going to be making money today. So there is a little bit to be covering before you just turn on and turn off. And this is sadly that you can have a customer has been on a sim trade for 3 months, and actually he's not doing anything, he's just looking at numbers. And this is a human habit. We're not trying to criticize anyone, but they're not actually looking at those trades and how those trades has been taken and where was the problem, if they made money or not. They don't. And it is in our blood that we just want to look at the numbers, if it made money and it don't. We don't care how. But this is the one of the major problems in the auto trade, because they look at the auto trade as a lottery, or as a holy, some kind of rock fell off the moon is gonna make miracle. And at the end of the day, and I keep saying that on all the videos, it is not miracle and it's not a lottery. It's not a lotto paper. It is, you need to cover your corners, whether you wanted to manual trade and auto trade. And that is dismissed and brushed off by a lot of traders. And when they are taking the auto trade to live, they are blaming the broker, the auto trade. They can blame everybody. They can blame the weather. But the reality is, you only one need to blame is yourself, because you have not covered your corner, and a lack of an information or a lack of experience that you want to point your fingers to everyone except yourself. Denial. This is earlier today also, and this is, I'm going to show a different time frame, that the 1 minute took exactly the same entry. And let's look, this is earlier. I mean, I've done tons of them today on all kind of different time frame. I apologize. I thought they were recording, and I find out the videos that were on post. But we will be doing much more educational on a live trade, and we will be doing webinars with real money on the auto trade, because I need my traders to understand, before you turn on your auto trade today, what to look for, how fast this market is, any major news, and that it is a huge impact on your trading. And the worst of all, management. and disciplined. And this is where you have, especially those guys with $2,000-3,000, with all the respect, I'm not trying to insult anyone, but they are very aggressive. Their $3,000 has to make $50,000 a year. I don't know if everybody can do that, but if we think about it, if we can earn $100 a day, and you're going to have some losing days doing the road. I mean, you cannot, there is nobody can guarantee in any trading industry that you can make $1 tomorrow. No one. But if we are on $2,000-3,000, and if we take 1 or 2 trades a day, and if we can nail $100 a day, that's really built up at the end of the year. And then you, one of the things is when I want to share this one. I'm sorry, is this. Then you know, when we're talking to sometimes to new customers, and then you say, well, okay, maybe if you make $100-200 a day, and then you got to count, maybe you will have 1 day, or maybe it could be 2 days, losing days or something like this. Depends. Like now, I mean, you know, the kids are out of school. The market performance is gonna go down on any auto trade, manual trade now. That once the kids are out of school around holidays, summer holidays, winter holidays, and usually I lose interest in the trade. And once I see the kids are out of school, and the only one you can take is the trade is. They are really on a high concept standard. So, and then they turn around and they say you have a losing day, and you can see now on this auto trade in between a manual and live trade, it is exactly to the same thing. And here is what freaks me out. They say, what's wrong with your auto trade? Why have a losing day? And that it is really sad for a guy thinking that he can make money every day. And folks, don't waste your time. There is nothing on this earth, not even the biggest firm, not even Goldman Sachs, not even any bank, can make money every day. And if you are in that attitude, that means there is nobody is gonna be able to be at your standard, and you're gonna be sitting complaining the rest of your life for something do not exist. And all those bad commercials you've seen, you have been misguided. There is a winning and there is a losing, and there is people can get rich and some people get poor. And that it is reality. And no one, if he is a manual trader and he got after thousands of hours, he got it right, he's not going to share that information with you, because if he share that information with you, is no longer that system profitable when everybody is trading it. So, and it is very important to understand that if I have 1,000 hour or 10,000 hour or 100,000 hour behind the screen, it does not mean I can download that on a hard disk and translate it to your brain, and now you become a professional. That has failed to learn somebody else's trade. 95% fail to learn from somebody else's trade, because the market comes in a different colors every day. And your best deal is to develop your own trading with a little guidance. Before you start wasting your money on somebody teaching you in a trading room, and wasting the time and money is useless. Now, if we notice on that one here, the trade came in, entered the same tick, and exit the same tick. Also, I did this today 3 times with the CL, and I'm sorry I lost some of the videos, but also I will show you one more round on the CL. It happened today, and there we go. And today and I turn it on. If you look at the clock, I turn it right after the news, and that's what I have saved from it. And if we are looking at those two earlier today at 10:51 exactly, within, if you look at the timer, you can see how the auto trade hit both of them the target, but one of them hit the $100 and the other one hit 120. And that was I had a bunch of them on the CL, all of them on 100, and I'm sorry, that's all what I could have find. Turned out I didn't have the videos on. But if we are looking at those trades, you can see the exit is the same, but the entry is missing one take. And doing the line now down the road, you will see if one of the auto trade is still in that trade, then the other sim account is going to take another trade. So that's life. Welcome to trading, folks. I'm sorry, it is a very maybe long video today. I apologize for that, but I will be covering a lot from now on about live trading and sim trading, I hope it was helpful to everyone, that video. And again, please, kids are out of the school. A lot of our members on the holidays, and things now can go up and down in the market. Please be careful with your trading. The volume goes down. God bless you all. See you another day. Bye for now.